I'm not going to do any intro today, where I say, welcome back, men, women, children of all ages. I'm the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee without a doubt. We're just going to skip that and delve right on into our project today. I'm waiting on parts for the MR50, so I thought, why not get started on Sidekick's little buggy here. If you will recall, this is the engine that came with Sidekick's little Honda Monkey, and it does have a little bit of damage to the case there, and is missing a few parts. Rah, 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 rah. But hope we have, because I picked up this little engine here that is also missing a few parts and looks pretty crappy, but perhaps we can take two engines and make one good one out of it. Perhaps I should have backed the car up to the garage to unload this very cold engine. Here in today's video, what I hope to accomplish is show you how I take an assessment of an engine to see what parts it needs, how much it's going to take to get running, what it's going to cost, things like that. First, just a visual inspection I think is in order. You can see this one's missing a lot of parts. It's missing the intake, the carburetor. It's got this nice plate on it, where this other one has the intake. This plate's garbage. It does have the cap for the valve deal. I don't know. This one has a flywheel. The other one does not. A gear shift. If you'll notice this gear shift, I do not believe that's the correct gear shift for this engine. This one does have pegs, which is awesome. That's part of the reason I bought it. It does have a muffler and everything, but I do have another muffler. But again, all we're doing is taking the visual account of what's going on here with this engine. We know right off that this one needs a ton of stuff, including the case that's cracked up right here. And who knows what's going on inside of there too. Broke kickstart, no kickstart, missing cover, has a cover, no sprocket, sprocket. Rocker arm cover, no rocker arm cover. Our list begins with the things I see we need right off. A carburetor, a gear shift, a sprocket, flywheel, cover. These are the obvious things that we need first. My plan is to use this original engine, as much of it as I can, and use the other engine over there for parts. That is my thought process. So as I'm taking it apart, even though this still needs to be took more apart, I need to be inspecting the parts to look for any obvious damage, which I don't see. These valves actually look pretty good, but I don't know if they're going to be rusted up inside there. I don't think so. They seem to have a lot of oil on them, so that's all a good sign. Head gasket. There appears to be a roller in here, or some kind of something guide that needs to come off with this bolt right here. And there she is. We'll keep that bolt with it. Let me pull this off and I will show you something noteworthy. I'd rather not do it in this order, but I have to. First, the dowel pins. Don't ever neglect to keep track of these dowel pins. And also, if you'll notice, there's a little seal here. There's one in my hot little hand. So this seal goes right here. Need to keep track of that kind of stuff. Or, when you go to assemble it, use a manual and just watch what you're doing. Now's a perfect time to assess your cylinder, see what kind of condition it's in. And this one looks, I know the lighting's not the best, but this cylinder looks pretty darn good in there. Very pleased with the way the inside of this cylinder looks. Our piston has some scoring on it, which is not very nice to see. Here's something kind of cool. Look, there's a nut missing off of the flywheel here. And if you'll look over here at this engine, there's a nut and no flywheel. So that's cool. We can use that nut over there. Just a nut, but hey, save us a, few cents. There wasn't a rod thrown, and the timing chain was all intact. So what caused this big hole in this case? I still am very curious about that. Ha 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 ha! You cannot leave it in the comments below now, can you? That was rough. That thing was stuck. That screw. Upon taking this little piece off here, I inspect the bearing because, you know, it's right in front of my face. It's rougher than a cob, so we need a new one if the one on the other engine isn't any good. What I was pecking away at is this little nut right here, and I'm sure they make a special tool to get it off. That's why I just hit it with a punch. And this, what I was doing at first, this little lock ring goes into these slots to retain this nut from backing out. So that's all I was doing. I first folded these out, then I tapped this out, you know, peck, tap, and I think it takes a special tool. I don't think a socket would fit on there. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. Now to inspect the clutches, because that is another item we may need to replace. Oh, I'm dropping things, not cool. I'm thinking this was not the proper way to take this apart, but it's okay, we'll figure out how to get it all back together. These little barrels fell out when I was trying to inspect the clutch discs, so I'm just sticking them back so I don't lose track of where they went. All of this stuff needs to be cleaned and inspected. There's our clutch discs, and they actually, there's a friction and a steel and a friction and a steel, so that's all it's got. 2 frictions, 2 steels on this one. I don't know, they're probably okay, but they're very old. Depending on the cost, I may replace the frictions if I can get them. I don't know, need to think on that one. This gear right here, when you take it off, if you will notice, can you see it's, how would I display that on the camera so you can see it? It's got a step in it. It steps down right here. It comes here and it steps down. That step, in case you're wondering, fits into this clutch mechanism, you see? And that's what turns it. This gear's held on just with a little snap ring there. Hopefully it doesn't fly across the shop, which happens sometimes. If it does, if this snap ring happens to fly off, forget about it, you'll never find it again. She's a goner. But we lucked out this time. I like to keep the parts together. While doing your assessment here on what you're going to be needing while you're taking it apart, take time to look and see how things work. How all this, I'm going to take a little time to figure out how all this mechanism works together, study it a little bit. That way when I go to put it back together, it'll be a whole lot easier. Even if you have a manual, if you have an understanding how things work before you take them apart, makes it so much easier to go back together. For now, I'm going to leave the other side and all that mechanism alone and start in on this side. We'll get back to it in a little bit. Sometimes you have to buy special tools. There's just no other way, in my opinion. I'm not willing to take a chance and rig something up to try and get this off and mess my crankshaft up. Not willing to do that, so this was 12 bucks. It's reverse threads, this big nut is. And you're not supposed to use an impact with a puller, so don't use an impact with a puller. That's all I can say about that. Now we're into something that requires a thorough inspection. All this ignition stuff needs to be looked over. I'm going to take it out, clean it up, look for broke wires, maybe ohm these 2 coils, check your points, condenser, all this stuff. If any of that is bad, put it on the list. My decision for right now is to leave this stuff on to see if I can separate this case without having to take it off. For my own memory, look there, guy. There's a little bracket there, Benny. Look here, Benny. There's a little bracket here that you need to remember where it goes. Don't forget that. Okay, Benny. I don't worry about screw location too much because you can usually figure out what screw goes where, you know, just by setting it in the hole. So I don't spend too much time with that. There's a nut or bolt under this rubber cover, so I'm not sure what that does. Probably best just to get it out of there. Maybe holding the cases together, I'm not sure. Nope, it's just a little short. Yeah, probably holds that shaft in there. I'm not sure what'll happen. I don't know if this will tap apart. I need to get my rubber hammer and try and tap it apart. I can hear it. You can hear when a case is separating. The noise changes if you'll listen closely. So it's starting to separate, but I need to do an inspection and make sure that it's not still held together somewhere as I gently tap it with my rubber hammer. See, this bottom part's not cracking open yet, but the top is. So we need to be checking it out real good and thoroughly. This case is destroyed. This side of it, so I'm going to take my screwdriver and peck at it a little bit right here. I would not do that if this was a good case, but why not make my job easier? She's ready to split apart right now. I need to be careful and watch for parts to just go flying everywhere. Whoo! We got our part. I will admit, I have to admit, that is not the cleanest case separation I'm sure that you've ever seen, so a little shady. Battery's almost dead, so real quick, removing these 2 screws, there's one here and here, allows us to take our crankshaft out of there. You see? Oh, chain fell on the floor. That's okay. I started disassembling this other engine while the battery's charging on my camera here, but check this out. I just took this muffler off. What is this? Look at that. I've never seen one loaded with, with I don't know what. But she's full, whatever it is. Looks like, rust, I guess, from the muffler. I need to go through all the bearings and stuff now, check them all out, see if they're smooth, see if they're rusty, see if they need to be replaced, along with all these gears and different things. I'm going to do all of that off a camera. I do have the other engine completely disassembled now also. I will be able to mix and match these engines to make one. Trying to keep everybody updated on what's going on here around the shop, so now you know what's happening with Sidekick's little Honda Monkey right here. And I've got a list of parts I need to order. Is it worth it? I don't know. It is to me because Sidekick's going to have a ball on this thing when I get it done. I also wanted to put my 2 cents in on what it takes to do an assessment on a motorcycle or an engine or anything you work on. I think it's most important that you keep track of things as you disassemble it and maybe write down everything you need so that you can go and price everything and see if it's worth it to you to repair the thing or not. Parts are ordered for our MR50 over there and should be in soon. Hopefully we'll be able to take that thing for a rip in the very near future. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will see you next time.